Right now, your words are doing something far more powerful than you were ever taught to notice. They're not just sounds in the air. They are directions, little instructions you give to your mind, your body, your heart, and the way you meet life. And I want you to feel this immediately. You are not bad for the words you've been using. You're not wrong. You've been repeating what you learned while you were trying to survive, fit in, or make sense of things. So we're not here to judge your language. We're here to love you into a new one. Take a breath in. Exhale slowly. Let your shoulders drop a little. Because this isn't about forcing yourself to be positive. It's about choosing words that feel like a hand on your own heart. Here's the truth. When you speak, your mind listens. Not in a dramatic way that demands perfection, but in a steady, loyal way. Your mind is like a garden that grows whatever is planted most often. If the same sentence is planted day after day, nothing ever works out for me. I'm always behind. I can't catch a break. Your mind begins to look for proof. It doesn't do this to punish you. It does it because it loves consistency. So let's deliver the promise right now in a way you can use today. Choose one sentence you say often when you're stressed. Maybe it's, I'm so overwhelmed. Maybe it's, I never have enough time. Maybe it's, I'm not good at this. Just notice the sentence like you're noticing a cloud passing by. No shame. Now soften it without denying how you feel. If you say, I'm so overwhelmed, try, I'm carrying a lot and I can take this one step at a time. If you say, I never have enough time, try, I'm learning to use my time with care and I can choose what matters most. If you say, I'm not good at this, try, I'm learning and I'm allowed to improve at my own pace. Feel the difference? One sentence tightens your chest. The other gives you room to breathe. That room is where your reality begins to shift. Because your words are not only describing your life, they are shaping the way you experience it. Your words become the lens. And when the lens changes, the same life can feel different. Think of it like wearing glasses with a smudge on the lens. The world looks dull and heavy, and you assume the world is dull and heavy. But it's the lens. Language is a lens, and you get to clean it gently, again and again. Now let's bring this into the real moments where it matters most. Perhaps you've had one of those mornings where you wake up already tense. Nothing even happened yet, but your body feels like it's bracing. You remember what you didn't finish yesterday. You see messages waiting, and a familiar sentence appears. It's going to be one of those days. That sentence sounds harmless, but notice what it does. It tells your mind to search for evidence that today is heavy. So the first small inconvenience becomes proof. Now imagine you catch that sentence like you'd catch a falling glass before it hits the floor. You don't scold yourself. You choose again. You say, today is unfolding, and I can meet it with steadiness. Or, I don't know what today will bring, and I can handle it one moment at a time. Or even, I'm allowed to have a gentle day, even if I have a lot to do. The responsibilities may stay the same. Your posture changes, and posture changes choices. There's another kind of language that's especially sneaky. It sounds like truth, but it's really a habit. I'm just not that kind of person. That's just how I am. I always mess things up. Relationships never work for me. These sentences can feel protective. If you decide something is fixed, you don't have to risk hope. So I honor the part of you that used these words to feel safe. And yet, armor can become a cage. When you repeat a sentence, your subconscious treats it like a rule. So instead of, "That's just how I am," try, "That's how I've been, and I'm open to changing." Instead of, "I always mess things up," try, "Sometimes I struggle, and I can learn and repair." Instead of, "Relationships never work for me," try, "I'm learning healthier patterns, and I'm willing to receive love in a new way." One is a locked door. The other is a window cracked open. You don't have to fling it wide open. You only need a little air. And if a part of you says, "But what if I'm lying to myself?" Sweetheart, you're not lying. You're choosing a direction. Possibility is not a lie. It's an invitation. Let's talk about your body, because this is tender for so many people. Maybe you've looked in the mirror and said something sharp without even thinking. And I understand. You've been taught to criticize yourself as if it's normal. But your body is listening. Your nervous system responds to the emotional atmosphere you create with your words. When the atmosphere is harsh, the body tightens. When the atmosphere is kind, the body softens. And softness is a doorway to balance. So if you catch yourself saying, "I hate my body," you don't have to jump to "I love my body" if that feels too far. Use a bridge. Say, "I'm willing to make peace with my body." Or, "I'm learning to appreciate what my body does for me." Or, "My body has carried me through so much, and I can treat it with gentleness." That is real. That is wise. Now, people sometimes talk about vibration and frequency, and it can feel abstract. Here's the practical version. Every word carries a feeling, and the feeling is the signal. Words that carry shame or hopelessness make you contract. Words that carry compassion and possibility help you open. When you're open, you can see options. You can receive support. You can think clearly. Your energy becomes more available to life. So you don't have to raise your vibration by force. You can choose words that nourish you. A simple thing to listen for is absolutes. Always. Never. Everyone. No one. Nothing. Pain speaks in absolutes, but absolutes close the future, so you soften them. "I always fail" becomes, "Sometimes things don't go the way I want, and I can learn." "Nothing changes" becomes, "Change can be slow, and I'm open to small shifts." "No one understands me" becomes, "I'm learning to express myself, and I can be met by the right people." We're not denying the hurt. We're giving it room to move. Now let's go into a second familiar scene. Perhaps you've been trying to create something new, a project, a dream, a new habit. You start with a spark, then you miss a day, or you make a mistake, and a voice in you says, "See, you never stick with anything." That sentence is heavy. It makes your effort feel pointless. And it's so common for people who care deeply and try hard. So you answer it like you would answer someone you love. You say, "I'm building something, and building takes time." You say, "One day doesn't define me." You say, "I'm allowed to begin again." You say, "I can be proud of myself for caring enough to try." That's not pretending. That's leadership. Because the subconscious mind learns through repetition and emotion. It learns from the tone you use. If you speak to yourself like a harsh teacher, you brace or rebel. If you speak to yourself like a kind parent, you relax and cooperate. Your job isn't perfect words. Your job is a safe tone. And yes, life can be genuinely hard. Wise words don't erase reality. They help you hold your power inside it. When you're in a hard season, the strongest words are often simple. I'm here. I'm breathing. I can handle this moment. Help is available to me. I'm allowed to rest. I'm doing the best I can today. These are anchors. Anchors keep you steady when waves rise. Now, I don't want you policing every sentence, afraid you'll ruin your life with one negative thought. Fear is its own heavy language. This isn't about perfection. It's about presence. Here's a gentle way to practice in real time. You notice, that was an old sentence. You soften. Of course I said that. I'm human. You choose again. Here's what I want to say now. Notice, soften, choose again. Even once a day changes something. Once a day is a new path being altered. Now, a third scene, one that can quietly drain you. Maybe you're scrolling at night, seeing other people's lives, and a sentence forms, "I'm behind. I'll never have that. I'm not doing enough." Those words make you smaller. They make your future feel far away, and then you stop taking the steps that would support you. So you rewrite, "I'm on my own path. Their life doesn't cancel mine. I'm allowed to grow at my rhythm. What's meant for me can find me." And if you can, add a blessing, because blessing breaks the spell of lack. May they be well, and then, may I be well. That's how you choose abundance in your own heart. And there's another kind of language that quietly drains you, even when it doesn't sound negative. It's the language of obligation. I have to. I should. I must. I'm supposed to. Just feel those words in your body for a moment. They can make the chest tight, the jaw clench, the breath get shallow. Obligation can create motion, but it rarely creates peace, and you deserve peace. So when you hear yourself say, "I have to," see if you can shift it into choice. Not because you're pretending you have endless freedom, but because choice returns you to your power. "I have to go to work" can become, "I choose to go to work because I'm supporting my life." "I should exercise" can become, "I'm willing to move my body in a way that supports me." I must be strong can become, I'm allowed to be strong and soft. I'm supposed to have it together can become, I'm learning and I'm allowed to be where I am. The task may stay the same, but your energy changes. And energy matters because it determines how you meet what's in front of you. Now let's bring this into the idea of manifestation in a grounded way, without pressure. Manifestation isn't about saying the perfect phrase and waiting for life to deliver a flawless outcome. It's about alignment. It's about the inner atmosphere you live in while you move through the outer world. Your words shape that atmosphere. They shape what you focus on. And what you focus on becomes the path your mind keeps walking. If you keep repeating, I never have enough, your mind scans for lack. It notices what's missing and becomes braced. If you begin to say, there is more support available to me than I've noticed, your mind starts scanning differently. You notice openings. You notice resources. You notice the small moments that restore you. And those small moments add up. Sometimes the support is an idea you finally hear, a person you feel safe asking, or a boundary you set. This is how words become reality, not as a magic trick, but as a shift in perception and response. Your words don't replace action. They shape the quality of your action. They decide whether you move from panic or from clarity, from bitterness or from self-respect. And the most powerful words are the ones your nervous system can actually accept. So if I am completely fearless feels untrue, you don't need it. You can say, I'm learning to feel safe. You can say, I can take a brave step while I'm still scared. You can say, I can trust myself to handle what comes. Those are strong, believable words, and believable words sink into you. Let me share a gentle story here, because you may recognize it. Someone kept saying, I'm always exhausted, and in certain seasons, exhaustion is real. But the word always made it feel permanent. It made rest feel pointless, like nothing would help. So instead, they started using kinder, truer language. My body is asking for more care. I'm noticing I need to recharge. I can pace myself. And something slowly changed. Not overnight, but day by day, their choices began to match the new words. They made small choices that honored their energy and asked for help sooner. The language didn't magically erase life. It supported life. It gave permission. It created a new relationship with the body, and that relationship is a kind of healing. Your words are permission. And because the subconscious learns through repetition, you can make this even easier with one simple question. What would I say to someone I love? If your friend said, I'm overwhelmed, you wouldn't say, well, you're a mess. You would say, I'm here, take one step. If your friend said, I failed, you wouldn't say, of course you did. You would say, you tried. You can learn. If your friend said, I feel unlovable, you wouldn't say, maybe you are. You would say, you are worthy. You are having a hard moment. So let that be your guide. Speak to yourself like someone you intend to keep. And yes, you're allowed to feel anger, grief, disappointment, and fear. Wise words don't eliminate emotion. Wise words hold emotion and guide it. Instead of "I'm falling apart," you can say, "I'm having a hard moment and I'm still here." Instead of "I can't take this," you can say, "This is intense and I can ask for help." Instead of "I'm broken," you can say, "I'm healing," and healing can be tender. These are not pretty phrases. They are lifelines. They keep you connected to yourself. That's how a new reality starts, with a new respect for yourself. Now I want to give you a handful of replacements you can borrow, like warm stones in your pocket. When you hear "I can't," try "I haven't learned how yet." When you hear "This is impossible," try "This feels challenging and I can take one step." When you hear "I'm stuck," try "I'm in a transition and I'm learning what I need." When you hear "I'm not enough," try "I am worthy right now as I am." When you hear "I'm too much," try "My sensitivity is a gift and I can care for it." Say them slowly. Let them land as invitations. Now you're past. This is where language can become a heavy suitcase. I ruined everything. I wasted years. I should have known better. I missed my chance. Those words keep you facing backward. But the person you used to be did not have the wisdom you have now. That person was doing their best with what they knew and what they had. So you can choose new words for your past. I did what I could at the time. I learned. I grew. I forgive myself for being human. I'm free to create anew. When it's safer inside you, you make wiser choices outside you. This is why your words create your reality. Reality isn't only what happens. It's also what you believe is possible, what you expect, what you allow, and what you repeat. Your words are repetition made audible. Let me give you one more scene because it's so tender and so common. Maybe you keep shrinking to keep the peace. You say yes when you mean no. Later you say to yourself, "I'm so stupid. Why do I do this?" Oh, sweetheart, that word doesn't teach you. It only wounds you. So you speak with compassion and clarity. I was trying to be safe. I'm learning to honor my needs. My voice matters. It's safe for me to set gentle boundaries. I can choose myself with love. And then you take one small action that matches your new words. A single honest message. A breath before you answer. A practiced no in the mirror. Small actions, repeated, become a new life. Now here is a daily ritual that makes this real without making it heavy. Once a day, choose 3 sentences on purpose. One for your worth. I am worthy of love and respect. I am enough. I belong. One for your direction. I'm open to healing and growth. I'm creating a life that supports me. I choose calm and clarity. One for support. Support is available to me. I am guided toward what's right for me. I can receive help in expected and unexpected ways. Say them. If you don't believe them fully yet, that's okay. Willingness is enough. Then, during your day, catch one old sentence and pivot it. That's all. Practice, not punishment. You may also begin to notice that some harsh words in you aren't even yours. They're old voices you absorbed. So when a sharp sentence appears, you can ask gently, "Is this mine?" And if it isn't, you can release it. I don't have to carry that voice anymore. I choose my own voice now. I speak to myself with love. In the coming days, you might notice subtle shifts. Your breath may soften sooner. You may recover from stress a little faster. You may feel more willing to try again. Those are signs of your inner world becoming safer. And that safety is power. So tonight or tomorrow morning, whenever you remember, place a hand on your heart and say, "I'm listening to myself now." Say, "I choose words that support my life." Say, "I am worthy of a reality that feels gentle and true." And if you slip, you don't punish yourself. You notice, you soften, you choose again. That is wisdom. You are not here to fight yourself. You are here to love yourself forward. May your words become light in your own mind. May your voice become a safe place to rest. And may the reality you create moment by moment feel more like home.